to absorb load. So move that up just a little bit more. Perfect. Put that right there. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use I'm actually going to use the quad and use this taping to absorb force when she squats down. Okay? Now, note with dynamic tape, it's a bit stronger. Ready? Yeah. Oh, actually, that was a terrible example. Hold on 1 second.
That's so funny.
That did not time well. So I just taught you, make sure you seal your ends here first. And I'm going to redirect myself real quick. Okay. You can roll that up. There we go. What I meant to do, take 2, right? Okay. When I actually get a good anchor point on here, you can tell I can move all the skin with it. And we've done this under ultrasound. When I pull up here, I can see tissue move up here. Okay? So note, you can make a mechanical change with tape. Right? Now here's the big part. I want to absorb the load out of the system. So what I'm doing is I've created a power band. Straighten out that knee first. Now, you're going to notice a couple things. 1, does her leg look more awesome? Answer, yes. Okay. 2, it's gone on nice and smooth. And when we put this on some people, they go, oh my gosh, it's going to be too tight. So first thing you do is you have to make them feel good and go, okay, kick your butt. So it can move. Okay. Then I'll have them just squat down once. You are capable of squatting. You're capable of squatting. Awesome. So now what we're going to do is we're going to reassess right now. With this, I'm not having her go do tests. I'm not going to have her go run, get some sort of what I call, false information because you've done some training. You're just now going to jump again. Okay? And Mike's going to take care of that. Mike, take it away.
What did we see before, Mike? So we'll tell the crowd what we saw before.
Yeah, so just to give you guys a recap of what we saw before with the double leg jump, we saw you move to your non-affected side almost 100% from liftoff and landing. So you pretty much shifted all of your pressure to your right side. When it came to the single leg jumps, you saw, at least on this particular side, a move to lateral for the right leg, and then for the affected side, you actually went inside more to the medial. So let's do all 3 of those again, just to see if there was a difference. Cool? So let's do double leg jump to start. So almost same exact starting position of where you were before, but let's see if it changed at all, okay? So I know it was really quick, but you actually had an improvement in terms of left to right with the pressure shift. So you got almost about 90% of your pressure onto your right side when you were lifting off with the double leg jump before. This one had maxed out about maybe 62, 63%, which is pretty good for a jump, especially considering you have an affected side. So let's do single leg again. But let's just do the affected side, okay? Let's still follow that side. Let's see if it changes. All right. So again, on this particular one, you were starting more on the medial side of that foot. So let's take a look and see how that changes. So you did essentially come down a little bit differently, which would be obvious. The difference that we did see in terms of the load was a more balanced position with the jump itself. So left to right, or specifically medial lateral, it was a little bit more balanced throughout your foot. So there was an improvement more specifically on double leg. And I'll let Keith take it from here.
Okay. So here's the big deal about this. We have changes in medial lateral, but I put something that went up and down, right? So when we always look at issues as far as too much rotation or instability, we're thinking, oh, I got to control the knee this way. We don't control the knee this way. The quad's job is to do that. So by adding an element on it to actually help control the quad, you improve the way the foot lands. So notice that you can change the kinematics from top to bottom or bottom up, but what's your job is to figure out what needs to be done. Is it a quad issue? Is it a foot issue? Do we have to add an orthotic in here? Do we need to do something different? Do we have to actually change a hip strategy? Do we need to strengthen? You're going to find this out, and you can use this system to get the data. And so you can do pre and post and say, am I having an effect? Because your job is you have to prove, am I doing something right by this individual? And you can tell right here, this is instant, nothing else. This happened in seconds. Now imagine if you then use your skills and work through it and start doing more with it, what would happen? More. And you get someone moving better. Because again, we treat better working together. Okay? And that starts with the products, it works with the knowledge, it works with the education, and it works with systems like this. So, if you get a chance, hop in our drawing, because we're about to draw off of this thing, so you might want to get a chance to talk to everybody. And the last part is, hey, thank you all for hanging out here, and thank you, Amanda, for being a participant. Appreciate it. All right.
Good job.